A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, it's the opener of the 2023 NFL season, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. From the end zone, here's Devin Tompkins. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now a third-round pick a year ago. Here's Rachaad White. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 2. Working out of the gun, Mayfield, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now Mayfield. Going across the formation, there's Otten with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer 1st down. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a give to White. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
2nd down and 8. Mayfield to throw it. He's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, 30 yards. And the Bucs are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Going to begin the drive here with Madison. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake, Cousins. Oh, his first throw of the season is intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Finds his tight end Oliver here outright. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Alexander Madison, 61 yards. And the Vikings have got it back to within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings moving away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Nwangu now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got them pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Cousins' throw pulled in by Jefferson. That'll give him 8 that time, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Throwing is Cousins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike. Two catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Buccaneers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. McLaughlin for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Nwangu now from his end zone. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now the 4th-year man, it's Cam Akers. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. With an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Cousins. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
That's some strong running. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago, they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. On a handoff, it's White. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Opting to run again here with White. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A quality pickup from White, who really earned more time as the Bucs starter the back half of last season. Finished with close to 400 yards in the Bucs' final 8 games. Positioned himself as the leader in the backfield moving forward.
This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. On the give, it's White. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rashad White, 51 yards. And the Buccaneers continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
Vikings 7.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Nwangu now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Now Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. First down Vikings. They'll look to throw. And he's got this to Jefferson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Cousins. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Draw play, Madison. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 70 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. 3rd and 3.
Easy.
Play action now. Cousins. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, Steamer.
Cousins now. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Madison. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Jefferson going to go in motion right. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Here's Cousins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal.
Hey, yo. 300. What's that?
To throw, Cousins. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Buccaneers are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. He'll get that out to the flat to White. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Mayfield's throw on target to Godwin here. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Hey, alert!
Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Alert!
A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Mayfield with it once more. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked by the linebacker, Brian Asamoah. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Following the interception, Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Bucs are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And from here, might not be able to take a knee. Might need to run a play here that's close to their goal line. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On play action, Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Devin White, the linebacker, and they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Hey, alert 33.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
In motion right is Addison. Throwing, Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jamel Dean. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's a defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To throw, Mayfield. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. On the counter, this is Akers. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Vita Vea in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And he'll take it just outside the 40. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. The 20, 5, and in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Chris Godwin, 50 yards. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, CD, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into week 2. This has been an impressive week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Buccaneers 45, Vikings 7. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Third and 2.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Here's Madison running on first down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 41-yard line.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Second and 10.
Off the play fake, Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. A gain of 8 there on the play. And now 1 yard to go on third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I get the thought process. 3rd and short, give it to the fullback, let him bulldoze his way. But that means you're counting on your offensive line to win the line of scrimmage, aren't you?
Yeah, there was just a mass of bodies there at the line. Looked like more defenders than offensive guys. Winds up losing yardage. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. First down, here's White.
Down to about the 45.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
Mayfield on play action, sliding out of the pocket. And Mayfield again with the interception, his third. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
Go ahead, go ahead.
First down, here's Cousins.
That is into the hands of Hockenson downfield.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 28 yards.
Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Running from the shotgun with Madison. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Alexander Madison, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Vikings get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. But this opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point, but yeah, that touchdown, maybe a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there, maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the fourth quarter.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. Mayfield to throw it. He completes it right side of the lane. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
They stay on the ground with White. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. And they're going to speed things up here. Mayfield on 3rd and 2. Flush to his right.
That is caught.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 27-yard line. White running to the left. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. Mayfield going to switch things up here.
Well, this O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Here's a give to Edmonds running to the right. Gets by him at the 25. And they're going to stop him short of the 1st down as he's tackled at about the 21. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And, well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. He hit his first, this one from 38. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
At the 26-yard line.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for week 1, and one of our early window games here in week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between week 1 and week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Tampa Bay, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago